Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. Just want to let you know about some of the top stories that we are following. Um, you know, uh, Obviously, around the nation, everyone has been watching what's been happening right here in Fulton County with the indictment of the former president, Donald Trump. So I just want to point you to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. It is, as you might imagine, the top story on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. And um, the major headline out of this is that the former president is now facing 13 criminal counts here in Fulton County by District Attorney Fani Willis, and has until next Friday, the 25th, to actually turn himself in. District Attorney Willis has announced that she anticipates or intends to announce a trial date within the next 60 days and actually have the trial within the next 6 months. But Former President Trump has been indicted on a slew of charges, including conspiracy, making false statements, and most notably RICO charges for his alleged interference in the 2020 election here in Georgia. Numerous other allies also indicted, and that includes his former attorneys, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, John Eastman, former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows as well. We have extensive coverage here on atlantanewsfirst.com. Look at this list. You can see all of the names of the individuals who have been indicted here. This indictment is 98 pages long, and we've broken it down, but I really do encourage you to check out atlantanewsfirst.com so you can get the latest on that. And we also have this whole tab on the Trump investigation with the key figures, the timeline, the grand jury, that'll help you just kind of sort all of this out. And then something I really recommend that you listen to is actually this call. And that's the call that, as they say, started it all, in which the former president, called the Secretary of State here in Georgia, Brad Raffensperger, saying that, he needed 11,780 votes. So key moment in this investigation 2 years in the making. Really encourage you to check out this section on our site if you have not done it yet. So another story that we're following as well is the latest out of Hawaii. So tragic. The death toll raising now to 99, hundreds of others remaining unaccounted for right now. There are several individuals who have ties to Hawaii here in Georgia who've been raising funds and making an effort to try to help out. This is another story that we encourage you to check out on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. So that, perhaps if there's a way that you would like to get involved and you would like to help, we have some kind of directions for you there, some leads that you might want to follow. But such a tragedy there, obviously, something that we're going to continue to follow. 99 people now killed in the Hawaii wildfires. All right, let's turn now to a look at the forecast. We have meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi joining us. It has been extremely hot as of late, but sounds like things are going to cool off.
Yeah, absolutely. We have some really pleasant weather on the way, especially for this time of year. So get excited about it. I know the weather team is excited about it, especially after this just nonstop, really tricky, really stormy pattern we've been in recent past. So we're going to talk about that, and you can see we do have a first alert today. We have to kind of get through a speed bump before we can get to the end goal, and that is because of a cold front that will bring storms. So that's our first alert today. We'll have the chance for afternoon storms. Now, we do have a few storms north of the city right now, up towards Fannin County, pushing in to parts of Hall County, but nothing severe. If we are going to have a severe storm today, it would be primarily between around 1 and 6. The severe threat extremely low. We kind of monitor our severe risk on a level 1 to 5. We're in a level 1. That just essentially means isolated severe storms are possible this afternoon. But we're going to be dry by sunset, and then it is going to be beautiful the rest of the week. So some good news right around the corner. In less than 24 hours, we're going to have a much different feeling forecast. It's just going to be spectacular spectacular. So I hope you can get excited about it. We're going to be in the middle of the week. It'll be Wednesday. And we're going to have some nice weather that will continue into the weekend. So plenty of things to chat about. But first, let's talk about the timing of the rain and storms for the day today. Again, we already have some showers and thunderstorms up towards Ellijay, pushing into Rome, some parts of Floyd, Chattooga County, Gilmer County, Pickens, Gordon County, that will eventually push into Hall County. Very broken line of storms, but again, we'll primarily look well north of the city for our rain and storm activity for the late morning. As we head into the early afternoon, 2-3 o'clock, we'll mainly look in North Metro, so anywhere from Cherokee to Cobb, Bartow County, parts of Gwinnett County, for maybe a few isolated storms for the students who maybe have after-school sporting practice around 3-4 o'clock. A few storms will definitely be possible. Once we get to this point in the day and we add the daytime heating to that cold front, that will help spark more showers and thunderstorms. Right now the line very broken, but it'll become a little more organized, we're thinking, closer to 4 or 5 o'clock, which is when we think we'll have our best chance for maybe an isolated severe storm. Notice the temperatures. So that front is sinking south right now of Ellijay. So Ellijay and up in the mountains and the foothills of the mountains, you're only going to top out generally in the low to mid 80s today. Atlanta southward, you're still going to be in the low to mid 90s, especially as you head down towards Griffin, Eatonton, Thomaston, so Butts County, Jasper County, Lamar, and Upson counties. You're still going to be very hot and humid today, but places again like Ellijay in the mountains, higher elevations, the foothills of the mountains, even into Canton, you'll feel a lot nicer this afternoon with temperatures generally in the low to mid 80s. Here's 5:30, so that commute home from work could be a little on the messy side. Any of these showers and storms that develop today, just because of how humid our air mass is currently, definitely have the potential to carry some very heavy rain, which could lead to some trouble on the roadways, could cause for wet roadways. It could also lead to some ponding in the roadways. So just something to keep in mind. It'll definitely reduce your visibility of these thunderstorms that have been kind of in the forecast lately, just due to the nature of our atmosphere being very sticky and humid. The rain and storms take advantage of that in the form of very heavy rainfall in any storms that are produced. As we head towards 7 o'clock, storms start to push into our far southern counties. So we're talking anywhere from Troup to Meriwether to Jasper County. And then we will be in the clear by sunset, and that drier air will start to filter in. And that drier air will allow our temperatures to drop even quicker. So if you live in Clayton, so if you live up towards Towns, Raven, Union County, you're going to more than likely be in the upper 50s tomorrow. Low 60s for Ellijay. A lot of us will be in the low 60s, mid 60s inside the perimeter. It is rare to have our temperatures drop like that this time of year. It's been over a month since we've had 60s, something as low as 67 in the morning. But a lot of our suburbs will be in the low to mid 60s tomorrow morning. The air will be dry, meaning the humidity will be very low. It's just going to be a pleasant morning. So I know that some places already have their pumpkin spice out. Tomorrow would be the morning to maybe indulge in some of that, because it's going to just feel a little more fall-like out there tomorrow morning. Now here's the good news. Take a look at this. Our Muggy meter will show you that our humidity is going to stay generally in that dry to comfy zone through about Saturday, and then the humidity starts to rise again for the end of the weekend and to the start of next week. So not only do we have just one day of really pleasant weather, but we have a stretch of really pleasant days with mild mornings and warm afternoons. Temperatures the next couple of days will generally be in the upper 80s, and then we'll go back into the low 90s for the weekend, which I'll show you on the 7-day forecast. But first, I do want to take you to the tropics just quickly. We haven't talked about this in a while because they've kind of been taking a nap, but they have woken up from their nap, and we do have a couple of disturbances that we're watching come off the African coast there. This is where a lot of storms develop this time of year. So 2 disturbances, the one up front closer to the Lesser Antilles, they're forecast to head that way. 10% chance of development. We have a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere over there, and that tears apart storms, so that's going to kind of prevent it from developing. But the one coming off the coast of Africa right now is very healthy looking, has a 30% chance of development, looking long range. Nothing seems to have any kind of impact on the United States, but just a friendly reminder, we're heading into the peak of hurricane season, so that's something I'm sure we'll be seeing more of and talking about more as we head into the next several weeks. So today, again, that 50% coverage of showers and storms, especially as we head past 3 o'clock, that's kind of when our primary focus will be when everyone's headed home from work and school later today. That's when I think storms will be more widespread. Maybe an isolated strong to severe storm with gusty wind, heavy rain, frequent lightning. Strong storms, you look at 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, 40 to 50. Severe storms, you need a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. So some of those storms will be capable of that this afternoon. Low 90s. If you are north of the city, you'll be a little cooler than that today. Cooler morning tomorrow and Thursday. Look at that, mid 60s both Wednesday and Thursday morning. If you live in the suburbs, it'll be in the low 60s. Low humidity. It's just going to be picture perfect. Much welcomed relief from the crazy hot temperatures, the crazy high humidity that's just made it feel almost suffocating outside when you step out from morning to night, right? Mid to upper 80s Wednesday and Thursday. I do want to note also, today as that front starts to move closer, we're going to have a breeze. So once you start to feel that breeze pick up, that's when you know the cold front's moving through, and that breeze will persist in some capacity tomorrow. So that's just going to add to the beauty of the day. Again, Thursday we stay nice. Friday, we start to warm up. We're back in the low 90s, so a little more on the toasty side, but that humidity stays low. And then Saturday through the weekend, we stay dry, and we're staying dry all the way through next Monday. Finally, a dry stretch of weather after this stormy pattern that we've been in really for the whole month of July and the start of August. So really some welcomed changes to the forecast with that lower humidity and of course that dry stretch. So if you're thinking about the weekend already, who isn't, right? It's never too early to think about the weekend. Definitely make some plans because it'll be a really nice and dry weekend. Hot, but nice. And the humidity will stay low for Saturday. All right, everyone. We appreciate, as always, you spending some time with us. We will continue to keep you updated on all of your headlines throughout the day. Obviously, there are some big stories in the news happening right now. And, of course, our weather team will be here to keep you posted on the weather as the storms roll through later this afternoon. And we hope you make it a great day and get excited about all the beautiful weather on the way for the middle of the week.